Yeah, it's the Cocktail 615, and what I'm doing right now is about to introduce y'all to my relationship series. Okay, well, and let me tell you how this works. I put out a Facebook post about an idea that I had, and I had a couple of people reach out and said that they would love to help me out through this exercise. And what I did was I asked them to give me 3 questions that they would ask on a "So You Wanna Date Me" application, and tell me a deplorable or a moment that changed you into where you are in relationships now. So I got single people, married people, people that are taken, people that don't know, people that are celibate. You know, I got the spectrum out here. So I hope you all enjoy it. Just stay tuned. I probably got close to 10, 12 people who participated. So there's no telling how it's going to come out, but I hope y'all enjoy it. Now, what I want to do is kind of create a baseline for you. So what is your age?
37.
And what is your nationality or race?
I'm a foundational Black American.
All right. And what is your current relationship status?
Happily married.
All right. And do you have any kids?
3.
All right. And how many exclusive adult relationships have you had since the age of 18?
3.
3.
Include my wife.
Including your wife. Okay. All right. That's the baseline. I just want people to kind of know how you're answering these questions and what part of life you're in. You know, a 37-year-old man, that sounds like me. It's besides the happily married, you know what I'm saying? I'm working on that. I'm still working on that. But what we'll do is we'll do 5 questions. We'll take a break, do 5 questions, take a break. And if you want to do some more, I'm here for it.
Okay.
But I just need, enough content where I can pair you up with someone else. Are you thoughtful?
I think I am. But it's in my own way. Like, I admit that I'm the worst with dates. You know, like my kids' birthdays, like I know them. Like if you popped up and just asked them like real quick, I'd be like, oh, let me, let me get it together.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm bad with that too. It's like the date is here. I know it's your birthday, but it doesn't register until like, damn, it's her birthday.
But like, I'm not going to just remember the date and then just not do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know my wife's birthday is like next week. She probably think I forgot. But I do have something planned for her birthday.
Okay, well, it's gonna go out way after your wife's birthday. What you got going on? What you gonna do? What you gonna do for her?
I'm trying to set it up to where my mom gets the kids. My wife's never been to the islands before.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to get a flight out to like Florida.
Yeah.
Because I only work like 4 days a week.
Okay.
So I'll do that, take off on Monday. So we'll fly out like Friday morning. Her birthday's on a Saturday. Go to an island or something, then fly back Sunday.
Yeah, and but just hang out.
I gotta work out all the logistics first.
Yeah. Have you ever dated a person that you were not attracted to?
No.
Never.
For what?
Never.
Why would I do that?
Yeah.
I mean, how does that happen?
Sometimes, man, you get lonely.
I feel like there's a story here.
No.
An example.
I've never dated someone that I was not attracted to. I've never dated someone that I was attracted. But I could see how someone. I mean, because I know what it's like to be in a drought now. I know what it's like to not have somebody that you can call your girl, and sometimes it be that girl that look like she scratch and sniff crystals, like they'd be ready. Do you disclose the number of sexual partners to someone that you are dating?
I did with my wife because it was something different, and there was a level of respect there that I had for her that I didn't have for the other women before her. And also it was a thing of, if we out somewhere, like, that's the last thing you would want, right? Is some dude to come up to you and be like, I used to smash
that's
your
wife, yeah. Or you bring your girl around and she's the toss junk.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So we just need to go ahead and put that on the table. Like,
now let's say hypothetically speaking, you are dating someone, y'all Netflixing and chilling. You like her, she likes you, and that question comes up. Is that something that you're going to willingly give the correct answer to? Or are you going to kind of dance around, just depending on the number? We don't have to get into that. But will you give that information out?
If we out somewhere, you said next, you did say
y'all at the crib just chilling.
Yeah, probably not.
So what are you going to say? That's none of your business?
No, I mean, usually you could kind of dance around questions like that.
Yeah.
But like if we was out somewhere and like I see like somebody I used to smash and I'm with this person, I'ma just be like, You used to do your thing. Yeah, because that nullifies anything that they could come up, start some shit.
Now, okay. This is a good question because do you think that there's such thing as too many bodies at your age? Like, what would you think at 37 would be right at too many? I mean, just the beginning of too many. Sexual partners.
Number of partners.
Yeah, sexual partners.
Yeah, because she could have had 3 partners, but they could have been.
Okay, so, but.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So for a woman, okay, let's take a woman. What do you think is an appropriate amount of sexual partners for someone that is your age, that you are feeling, and this question comes up and you would be comfortable with? He was like, okay, I've been with 12 dudes. Okay, it's cool. There's a point where she says, I've been with 56 guys. It's a fucking problem. I mean,
I'll be honest. In that situation, man, like let's just say I'm 37 years old. I'm not married. I'm dating, whatever. If I'm 37, if I was 37 years old and not married, I'm not looking to get into a relationship.
Right.
I'm gonna be Jimmy Dean. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like considering like I have the career I have now, I have the means that I have now. Like I'm not looking to get in a relationship.
Do you know your love language?
I just need words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
Yeah,
you the man. Yeah, you did that. But
my wife, she's really, really good about that.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I'm so glad you did that. Like, you're doing so much and all this stuff. Even though she gonna hear this now, but even though I kind of tell her, I'm like, I don't really need to all that. But really and truthfully, deep down inside,
yeah. That strokes the ego. Yeah, that gets you going. Yeah. I need that. Here we go. The last one for this round. Does body type matter?
Yeah,
it does. And we can take it, different ways, from the onset or to the, oh man, you are not what you used to be, those kind of things. But I think that goes along with attraction. You know what I mean? If I'm attracted to you at this size, this body type, that if you do some changes surgically, or if life catches up to you, or if the kids catch up to you, like all of those things can affect your body type. And I think it's important to kind of keep a steady line with that. It's hard for me to say that it doesn't matter when it does. And I would say this again. You don't have to be no Buffy the Body. You don't have to have no just, super stack. But you got to be well proportioned. You know what I'm saying? What you do have, you need to be able to accentuate. And it's not you can't always talk about I don't like the way I look. My stomach ain't flat. This ain't, man. Listen, it's your confidence to me that will help all of that. Like if you just confident in your own skin, like then that's the body type that I want. You know what I'm saying? If you soft around the edges or round around the edges, like I'm cool with that. But you have to be cool with that too. You can't be just like always saying I'm fat or I don't look good. Who fault is that? Who I mean, how you expect me to respond if you don't have self-confidence in your appearance? Have you ever knowingly been a side piece? If so, why?
Not knowingly.
Not knowingly.
But so it was this girl. It was one of the relationships I was in, but this was after we had broke up.
Right. So y'all was still
you in that gray area. So what's funny is I was staying in a house. It was me and two of my other partners. We had a house that we was renting. And at the time, one of our homegirls, she needed a place to stay. It was a nice size house. Like the whole downstairs basement was finished. And so one of our homegirls, like a mutual homegirl, she was like, I just need a place to stay till campus open back up. It's like, cool, And she was like, I'll pay y'all rent. We ain't want it, but she was just like, I'll pay rent. I was like, oh, okay. So I remember it was sometime in the evening. And I got a phone call, but it was just the number. So it was somebody I clearly didn't know. Damn, who was calling me? So, of course, I pick up the phone, and it's this African cat. And he was like, who is this? I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Right, you calling me?
Yeah, this is in college, so I'm a little bit more aggressive. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
So I'm like, who the fuck is this? He's like, and I hope I ain't putting dude out there, but maybe you have to blank it out. I don't know.
No, it's cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't have no African listeners that I know of.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah. So he was like, this is Wisdom. Like, Wisdom? I'm like, bro, I don't know nobody named Wisdom, man. You got the wrong number. No. Your number is in my girl's phone. She is calling you and texting you, and I'm like, well, who is your girl? And he told me the girl's name. I ain't gonna put her out there because she might be listening. I don't know. And she's married, so So I was like, yeah, I know her, man. We kick it or whatever. And during this time, he's kind of going off on a tirade. I'm listening, but not really listening. But I'm really kind of cracking up about the whole situation. So I called my homegirl up here. I was like, man, you got to hear this. So she comes upstairs. She listening. And if she listens to this show, she might say something about it. He's like, oh, this is Wisdom. She calls you, all this stuff. And I give her a car, in which she was driving a Tahoe. I thought it was hers. I buy her apartment. I assumed that was her apartment. I don't know why she does me this way. I was like, man, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. You know what it is.
Yeah.
you deep down in your soul, you know what's going on. I was like, man, I ain't know nothing about you, but you need to talk to her. Well, come to find out later, she was literally engaged to dude. He had took her to Africa. Yeah. Had took her to Africa, all kinds of stuff. And so I think the situation was, and we never really talked about it, I think she had cold feet and she was looking for a reason.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you was comfortable.
Who, me?
Yeah. I mean, if you was...
wasn't uncomfortable.
Yeah, but I mean, to her. Y'all had a kind of a relationship.
You know what? I never thought about that.
Right.
Maybe that was it, but, maybe she was just a sorry motherfucker and she was looking for somebody to be the reason why she didn't have to get married.
How do you define intimacy? That's always one that, it's deep.
I think intimacy is something that you got to build with each individual relationship, right? What you find intimate in one relationship might not necessarily be intimate in another relationship. Like my wife, the intimate things between me and my wife is we can just sit and, believe it or not, we can sit and debate about the state of black people and what we need to do to move forward. We always come to the same conclusion that obviously, we need to do this to move forward. But that's an intimate thing because you can't do that with just anybody. You can't have that kind of discussion with a lot of people. So I think it's something, like I said, you definitely got to build it. It's not an instant, an instant thing. I don't think.
Yeah,
I
no,
think it's
no,
just you
no,
get in a
no.
relationship and it's like instantly y'all got this great intimacy with each other. Like
Right.
y'all have always known each other. It's like no,
Nah,
you gotta
nah.
build it.
Yeah. How much alone time is appropriate in your current relationship status?
Well,
Because you got kids,
right.
you happily married, but I still would think that you need that me time.
Yeah, everybody does.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like in my relationship, or the relationship between me and my wife, there was a period of about 3 years where I would leave the country, and I would be gone for like 3-4 months at a time.
For work?
For work.
Okay.
Yeah, for work. So I'd be gone for 3-4 months of a time. So like during those times, you know, you kind of get to realize that, man, I really like having this person around. You know what I'm saying? Like, get to joke, get to cut up with them. Like, y'all go out to a restaurant somewhere. Like, me and my wife, we can go out to a restaurant. She'll just be like, "Oh, did you see that?" And I'll be like, "Yo."
So y'all got that wave.
Yeah, it's like, you know, we on the same page when it comes to pretty much everything. Like, we pretty much agree on a lot of the stuff. And the things we don't agree on, we can sit down and talk like adults and be like, okay, well, this is my stance, this is your stance. Let's meet in the middle.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, alone time can be a cumulative kind of thing. Like,
yeah, I think it can actually help your relationship.
Okay, because
Right.
you're like, I'm gone 3 or 4 months out the year for 3 years. You know, that's a lot of alone time.
Like, just let me see. I try to cut out on the travel as much, but like 3 years ago, I was in Germany for a month, right? And so I'm in Germany. You know, that's a whole month that my wife has basically got to take care of everything, right? She got to get the kids in and out the bed, you know.
Yeah, which can be a struggle.
You know, she got to take care of all that, right? So, you know, I think it can be a good thing, and I think it does give you time to kind of reevaluate how important somebody is in your life. Because if they there all the time, you know, then you naturally gonna get to a point like, damn, like,
Right.
I fucking saw you.
Right.
You know,
Like 15 minutes ago. Yeah. How would you define the term "we are dating"?
Dating seems like you still shopping around to me. Like y'all not officially together. You know, like I said, when you dating somebody, it just seems like you saying, okay, I'm just kind of testing the waters to see if this is what I'm really looking for.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the high, how would you rank the importance of sexual chemistry?
I think that would definitely be an 8.5.
8.5. Why?
Because you can't survive. Are you talking about in the context of a marriage?
In your relationship
Oh,
status.
my relationship.
Right.
Sex is a big part of marriage, despite what a lot of people like to think about it. I think as you get older, it probably kind of levels out.
Yeah, it tapers off. Yeah.
But sexual chemistry is going to be very important. It's up there with how attracted you are to your spouse, right? You're not going to be spending a lot of time with somebody that you're not attracted to.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the high, how would you rate your physical appearance?
I'd say I'm a 7.
Yeah. Right
like
there.
I'm not Adonis, you know what I'm saying? I ain't out here with 6 packs and all that stuff. But, you know, I keep myself together, but I also am extremely laid back. And I work around the house with my hands, so if somebody came out to my house, don't be surprised if you see me in some coveralls with no undershirt on. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm trying to fix this truck or trying to build this barn or whatever.
Okay.
So,
okay.
You know.
Now, I'll ask you this. Do you think in relationships it's appropriate for you to approach, now we're not talking about your wife, we just talking about the past, or your feelings. Do you think it's appropriate for you to jump out of your league? Like go for dime pieces or nines or eights? Or do you feel like you should stay right at the 7 or below? Like in terms of the women that you should go for?
I get what you're saying. I think that's going to be a matter of preference. Because what I might consider to be a 10, you might not consider to be a 10, right? So it goes back to like we was describing what type of women we're attracted to. Like the part I left out, and I started thinking about it, like I like dark-skinned women.
Okay.
Right? I don't know what it is. I don't know what happened to me when I was younger. Because my mother, she's not dark-skinned. She's like brown-skinned. But for me, for some reason, it's something about like a dark skinned woman, and then she puts like the lotion on.
Oh, and cocoa
and,
butter.
Yeah, it's like the sun hits it. And
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do. I don't discriminate.
India Irie.
Yeah.
But that's what I guess. Like I said, it's a matter of preference because, like I said, my 10 might be your 7, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So I guess the biggest thing is you need to go for what you deem to be attractive and not worry about, and I think people in general are bad about this, not worry about what other people think about what you pursuing. Because some people, one thing is my dad used to tell me, he'd be like, some people like hamburgers, some people like steak. So let's, okay. So let's just say a scenario. So you dating a girl. She dating John. Let's just say John. All right. You and John are tight. All right. But John got multiple girls he dating, and you got multiple girls you dating. And the girl, she don't know. No. She does know that you and John are boys.
Dirty bitch. That's what
I mean, how's she dirty? Like.
That's like that Usher R. Kelly song. We been messing with the same girl. Like, nah, man. I just couldn't do it. I wouldn't feel.
So would you date a girl's, like one of her friends?
I've done that. After the fact, though. After the fact. It was like, just like those looks. You know what I'm saying? Just like being in somebody's atmosphere. It's like even when you around your girl and her friends, you can tell if another girl around you is feeling you, like how you looking. Yeah. So I mean, it was like the shit didn't work out. It was a year and a half passed, and it became shit. What's up?
So it's a timeline on.
Oh, it's not really a timeline, but that's just the time that it lapsed before I talked to her.
So after 3 months of my dick being inside you, your pussy is reset. Then you can go reset. On to the next. Yeah. One of my friends, it's okay.
Yeah, I think so. I've had this conversation a couple of times, and it's like, okay, this is how I feel like your homeboy's girl. Like if you know your girl, your homeboy, and they was together, right? Shit didn't work out. This is the timeline before you can talk to her or she can talk to you. They have to been broke up, and your homeboy has to have another girl. That's
if she date one of the fellas, I mean, she just out the pool. No?
For the smash?
I'm talking about like together.
Not to be together, but for the smash, I think she's approved for that. Your homeboy got to have another girl that he's sniffing on and he's like really committed to before you can slide in the back door for the smash on his past chick. What is your biggest sexual turnoff?
Turn off?
Turn off.
Man, I'll be honest.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I need. Yeah.
So growing up, like going to high school, I went to like a predominantly white high school. So, you've seen a lot of like white folks, and I guess you could call it the European standard of beauty. Okay. So what I loved about my wife and what kind of made me say I need to quit all this dumb shit I'm doing. When I first met her, she came to the door. She had a big ass afro. You know what I'm saying? And it was just something about that natural look, I guess you could call it. And so like now my wife, she got like super long dreadlocks. like down her back. And my turn off has always been that I get, like I said, that European standard that a lot of black folks try to go to.
So,
I hate when I see a black woman and she got like blonde hair, and I'm like,
So it's more so of an appearance thing for you as a sexual turnoff.
Absolutely. Yeah. I know a lot of people will be out there, and I'm gonna call it bullshit, but they talk that bullshit. They be like, well, it's her mind and all that stuff. Like,
come on.
Before you talk to her, you know what I'm saying? You either seen her,
right?
You know, well, you seen her first, right? And that's what got you. Let's just be honest. Like, you seen her. Now, you know, you could have talked to her and then be like, okay, this broad is dumb as hell.
Dumb as hell. Dumb as a box of rocks. Yeah.
You know, but it's gonna be a physical attraction first.
Yeah.
I don't know why we try to intellectualize that process.
What is your greatest strength as a significant other?
I'm loyal. I'm extremely loyal. Probably to a fault. Right. So, and being loyal, I don't let a lot of people in my circle, but I think that helps me be so loyal. Right, because if you loyal to a lot of people, then you kind of string yourself out, you run yourself thin, and you find yourself in a situation where you got to kind of help out or defend a lot of people.
What is your greatest weakness as a significant other? We talked about your strength, your loyalty, but what is your greatest weakness?
I'm not good with arguing.
How do you mean?
And what I mean by that is, I guess I don't talk enough. Like, my wife, she'll be like, well, you need to tell me, you know, how you feel about different things. And I'm like, I look at things sometimes as too logical. And I'm like, well, how I feel about this situation doesn't matter, because this is going to be the outcome regardless. But women, they like to know, you know, how you feel about stuff. And sometimes I'm just like, well, that doesn't, again, what I feel doesn't matter. Like, this is what's going to end up happening anyway. So that's definitely my weakness. Like, I'm not good with talking about my feelings.
What personality traits are you attracted to?
Personality traits. I don't know if it's necessarily a trait, but I like to see women that fully embrace their womanhood. Like, and again, I'm not in the dating pool, but just from what I see, like, if I seen a woman out there like talking about like feminism and I don't need a man, and I can do it by myself, like, the only reason you saying those things is because you haven't learned how to fully embrace your womanhood. Like, women have a lot of power.
Sure they do. Sure they do. Superheroes.
Yeah, they have a lot of power. You know, and this is just my personal belief. I think feminism is for women that don't know how to use their womanhood at 100%.